Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'll be unboxing and reviewing this. This is Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Springer. Here's the front of the box. Pretty cool box art here on the side. And on the back you can see it has three modes. This little helicopter here and armored car type of vehicle along with the robot. Okay, so here is a Siege Springer out of the box. He comes with his instruction sheet over here. And let's just open it up real quick. A lot of steps, being that he is a triple changer. And over here, the weapons, air slice chopper blade. Let's go through this a bit more. So he has two of those, and he has a void blast capacitor. So two of those as well, and then I guess when they're joined together. Oh no, the second one. So one is the void blast capacitor. The other one is the warp blaster. I don't know if they have anything here when both weapons are combined, because you are able to combine them. Okay, let's put the instructions aside here. He comes, of course, with Springer himself. Two swords that also double as blades for helicopter mode. This turret, but it's also basically for the helicopter blades to attach to, and also in vehicle mode for his guns. And the two cannons here, which can also combine. Okay, let's put this aside here and take a look at Springer. Very nice, clean details in terms of construction. I like how he looks. Very G1. Now he does have the battle damage. I don't know. The battle damage here, I might just leave it as is. What I don't like is the normal method for removing the battle damage might actually remove the paint. So this is painted on. This is not its own plastic piece, and I don't want to remove the battle damage only to expose the yellow paint. It does have some of that battle damage here on the chest and also on the leg. And then if we flip him over, he does have battle damage on the top of the hood as well. It's, you know, it's okay for my taste. It's not as bad as how they applied battle damage on Starscream and Soundwave, especially Soundwave. So I'm okay with it. You know, I've been debating whether or not to customize him and just, you know, do some of the weathering and panel lining, but we'll see. I don't know. I already got too many projects in the back burner, so I guess I shouldn't be adding another one. So here, a little close-up shot. Very nice. And nice clean robot mode, with the exception of back here. A little, some hollowness, but I think this one is a bit unavoidable because of the transformation. And I am a little more forgiving in that aspect because it is a triple changer. I kind of think it's kind of asking a lot. Okay, let's go on to articulation. Over here's the head. You can rotate 360. It is on a little ball joint, so but not too much tilt because his head is kind of wide. With the arm, he can rotate up. Now technically he could rotate 360 if it wasn't for this part being in the way. It just stops right here. I don't want to force it, and I don't think it should be forced because there's a little plastic piece in the way. So a little disappointing that his arms can you know, only be risen up like this. Not even the full 180 degree rise. He can lift his shoulders up here, and I'm okay with it because of the parts for his vehicle modes. He does have 360 rotation on the upper arm. He can rotate a little more than a 90 he can bend a little more than 90 degrees at the elbow, and he can rotate at the wrist, so that's a nice touch. As far as waist articulation, here's the other thing where it's not a full 360. He can only go this much, which is okay. And I'm a little bit more forgiving for this particular figure, even though practically all of Siege has full 360 waist rotation. But like I said, I'm a little more forgiving because this is a triple changer, and it might just be asking a little bit too much. He can do the splits. He has upper thigh rotation. As you can see, he can kick this much and this back. He can bend at the knee a little more than 90 degrees. That's a little bit of toe articulation, mainly because of the transformation, along with the ankle tilt as well. And that also helps with the transformation. And that is it for articulation. Very nice. And like I said, I'm a little bit more forgiving because it is a triple changer. Okay, now speaking of triple changing, let's get him into his first mode, which is his vehicle mode. Now, I'm going to do this the way I think it should be done. It might not even be the best way, but I've been messing around with Springer for a while, and he was one of the more difficult ones for me to get used to in transforming. Anyway, let's do this. Let's pull his arms down as well. Come on, pull down. And you can see this whole upper body just comes out. And let's bring his head. I think I should turn his head. One of my videos I didn't turn his head so his head could see, but I'm going to try and turn his head. And let's bring these panels down and kind of see if he will. There you go. So that locks in and then locks in there, which is kind of cool. And let's get to the leg part. The leg comes up and this flips down like that, because for vehicle mode this part is going to come in, and then we're going to tab the legs together. Okay, we'll put the legs off to the side for now and concentrate on the arms. Lift these panels up. I like that design a lot. Do it on both sides. And then the arms just straighten itself out, and this pegs into here, the back of his arm. Do the same on the other side. There you go. And now this is probably the hardest part for the vehicle mode. It's just basically straightening everything out, because this part rests in here. You can see it's the same shape as this part, so I want to get them all aligned together, and it has to slide underneath here to all jive. And then this part over here tabs into here, and this part tabs into here, so it has to go pretty far back. And I think that's probably the hardest part, is getting everything lined up, because this tab and that, the two tabs have two different areas to I guess lock into. There we go. Nice clicking. And then the arms. Let's put these panels down. Bring the arms up like this. And they tab into here. And as you push it in, if I can get it aligned, there you go. They should tab in very nicely. And there you have the vehicle mode for Springer. Not yet complete, but we need to add this. The turret goes here. The guns combine like so. And this goes on top here. So it's like a tank turret, and the two blades attach into these little tabs here, slots. And there you have Springer's tank mode. Let's see if I can get a good shot of it here. Now, one thing I don't like is because this is where the helicopter blade is. You know, this is free spinning. But I guess if you just leave it in vehicle mode like this, you know, it doesn't move too much. But yeah, be nice if there was a way where that mechanism wasn't so loose in spinning, like, or at least could lock in. All in all, I really like it, though. I mean, this is, you know, one of the better Voyagers, in my opinion, mainly because the triple changing feature. It's very nice. Let's get some detail here. So you can see all the battle damage on the top, which is a little odd that you don't get any battle damage on the bottom. A little paint splatter or battle damage on the wheels. And there's the bottom of it. Okay, let's get him into helicopter mode. Okay, first, let's take out the sword / blades, the guns, take that apart. I'm going to put them in last. Now, the helicopter mode, I kind of had a hard time with at first. So let's pull this up. We need to bring the arms out, because that's a little different. And then let's separate the legs. Bring it out here, bring it out here, and split it. And the legs actually come together. So let's bring that out. There you go. And then they rotate like this, because let's flip this part out. Actually, yeah, flip that out. This leg piece also comes out from the tab here. Pull it out. Come on. There you go. And then the rear wheels can flip out completely, and you'll see there's this small little wing. Let's pull that out as well, and then we can tab them in together. There you go. It's a pretty cool design, if you ask me. And then this part comes in like this, and this part of the leg actually goes in like that. So let's flip it this way. And they tab in nicely. Got to make sure this is kind of straight in so that they can fit uniformly. There we go. And then this part will come down here and actually go into this slot here, and then that piece will go into this slot. It's a pretty interesting design, if you ask me. Okay, so here's the helicopter mode, starting to take its shape. And this, the arms, okay, let's do this. We're going to lift these panels up a bit, because both arms will need to pull. Well, let's flip this piece out, and then we can pull it out like that and turn it around and then put it back. Oops. Actually, let's put it back first and then turn it around like so. You can see how it becomes a little helicopter-like wing. Let's do it on this arm. Flip it out. Oh, popped out. No worries. Let's pop it back in. This one is a little weird because I don't know if it's the design, but if you look closely as I turn it over, it seems like it gives it a little bit too much stress. I guess it's easier to do that when it's pulled out. And put the arm back and rotate. Okay, we're almost there. And then the helicopter mode comes in like this, where we just tuck in this part here, and everything tabs in. So there's a little slot here that will go in here. So everybody just has to line up nicely, and there you go. Everyone is pretty much happy, I think. Alright, so this is the base of the helicopter. It's pretty nice if you ask me. And the guns can go here or here. I believe in the instructions they're on the side, so let's put them on the side. So he does have a lot of cool ports. And here are the blades for the helicopter mode. Very cool. I'm glad we got this as a Voyager scale. It matches perfectly for Springer, and it's a nice helicopter mode. It's not like, you know, unfortunately this guy's getting replaced on my shelf. This is a much better representation for Springer in all three modes than this. I mean, he worked while I had him for the time, but definitely, in my opinion, this is a much better Springer. Okay, some size comparison. Here we have Siege Springer, who is a Voyager class, next to Siege Optimus Prime, who is taller than him. And then we have Siege Ironhide, the tallest of the deluxes, along with Siege Red Alert. Now, I do like the fact that among Siege, with Megatron and Starscream and Soundwave, and now here with Optimus Prime and Springer, that they kept the leaders like Megatron and Optimus Prime taller, even though they are in the same class of figures, being Voyager class. Now, I just want to add something really quick, and it has nothing to do with Springer. A viewer of mine pointed out, which I did not notice, that Red Alert's head sculpt is slightly different than Sideswipe's. It's not a straight repaint, so Red Alert's ears are different than Sideswipe's. Very cool, Hasbro. Thank you. Didn't expect that out of you. Anyway, real quick diversion from Springer. So here is Springer. Now, one more size comparison here is I have the Generations version, which was my Chug Springer for a long time, and as you can see, he is taller, but he will be replacing him on the shelf, and sorry, he will be going to the bin. All in all, I think Springer is an awesome figure. I love all three modes, robot and the helicopter and vehicle mode. I think they look great in every mode. Now, my gripe with the articulation, it's a little disappointing that it doesn't have full 360 rotation on the waist and on the arm. But like I said, being that it's a triple changer and I think it does a great job in all three modes, I am more inclined to be forgivable on that. The other thing is this the helicopter blade holder, or whatever you want to call it, when it becomes a tank turret, I wish there was some kind of mechanism that didn't make it spin so freely, because that can be a little annoying in vehicle mode, in the car mode. And the other thing I really like is, he has a sword, one sword here, and his other gun. The second sword can be attached on his back, and the second gun can also be put down here on the leg. So he has weapon storage, which is always a plus in my opinion for figures. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for watching.